In this video, I'm going to show you how to input a property expense in Expensify using your iPhone, or if you have an Android, it's essentially the same thing. The first thing you're going to want to do is to click Expensify and get into the app. When I do that, I'm brought to this My Expenses screen. This is where you're going to do pretty much all the work that you need to do in Expensify is from this screen here. So to create a new expense, as we've done before, I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to manually create an expense. I click manually create, and I'm brought to this new window. The first thing I want to do is select the receipt associated with this expense. Remember that for any property expense or corporate expense that you use your credit card for, you need to have the receipt. So I click the plus sign there at the top right, and down here I'm able to select my camera and all the pictures I've recently taken. I go here to all photos, and the last picture I took was the picture of the receipt that I needed. And there it is. It populates right away, and I'm able to clearly see what the receipt was for. So now I can start filling things out. Crown, hardware, and lock. So this will automatically populate to the date that you open the app, but that may not be the date that you had the service done. If I look at the picture here, I see that the date is 9/27. So I'm going to change the date. 9/27. Total amount. Now interestingly, I can't see the total amount here in this picture, but if I click on the picture, it brings up the whole photo there. And now I can see here at the bottom right that it was for $36.08. So I go back and I just plug that in. $36.08. Category. This has defaulted to fuels and mileage. That's not what this is. This is a property expense. So I click into there and then I select property expense. Comment. Now this part is very important. This is where you put in the work order number and a little description of what this was for. I like to put in the work order number first. The reason I do that is because when I'm scanning through all of my past receipts, I can see what the work order was first. Right after that, I put in just a little comment on what this was for. New keys for building. Okay. Now you're not quite done. There's more options. Let's click that. Property name. This is very important. If this is a property expense, you need to select the property that it was for. In this case, it was for 1353 Stevenson Street. You now have the option to select a unit. In this case, it was for the building, so there was no unit involved. But if there were, I would click here to unit name and then select the appropriate unit. Finally, you go down and you have the option to select billable or reimbursable. Billable is always defaulted, and it should be what you select most of the time. If you use your To Be Living credit card, as you should, for property expenses and company expenses, this will be a billable expense. So now I can just check my work. I've got my receipt, put in the merchant name, the right date, the total amount. It's a property expense. I've got the comment with work order number, and then finally the property name, and it's billable. I'm ready to save. I've saved it. Now, because my expenses are sorted by date, I need to scroll down just a few to see that it actually did register. And there it is, Crown Hardware and Lock. I'm good to go.